Why, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as ScreenSpeak, and in today's video, this is my Karate Kid Legends spoiler review. So without further ado, let's discuss. Alrighty guys, so I'm here to say, right off the bat here, that I'm not actually disappointed with this movie. You might be hearing a lot of different thoughts and opinions on this. And you know what? I was sitting there, funny enough, I got out of work like 30 minutes before I saw this movie. 35 minutes that started, and then the preview started, and then the movie started. So, the movie actually didn't start right away. There's previews and stuff like that. But I got out of work, and so I wasn't like fully mentally drained, but I was just like, great, I can't wait to watch a movie after work. So I went to the theater and I was watching this, and I've heard like a lot of negative things, and so I've been a little bit negative recently. I wasn't thrilled with the end of Doctor Who season 2, the most recent season of it, not actually season 2, but most recent season on Disney Plus. I wasn't massively wowed by Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I loved Final Destination, I loved Thunderbolts, I loved Sinners, and had fun with Minecraft. That was a while ago. But this one, it felt like, I'm not comparing this to Minecraft, but I had fun with it like I did with Minecraft. That's what I wanted from this movie. I had fun with it. I thought the characters were enjoyable. Actually, you know what, the part that really got me was the mom. 90% of the way through this movie, I wasn't liking the mother. And I'm like, well, that's a dang shame. That's a darn shame. Because I love the actress. The mom is played by Ming-Hua Yen, who, if you don't know, was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Mandalorian, and Mulan. She was the original voice actress for Mulan, who then made a cameo in this stupid live action. It was the worst thing they could have ever done. Worst thing they could have done. Worst thing they have done. One of live actions. But I like her character. I like that actress, and I'm like, you're not really feeling her presence. As I'm sitting here talking about it, like, the film itself is a fine movie, but her presence, I'm like, give me a little bit more, because you're rooting. There's Ben Wang, who is Li in this movie, is great. He's a star. I love him in American Born Chinese. I can't wait to see him in a new film, The Longest Walk, or something like that, in November, or this fall. I forget what it was, November, October, something like that. Maybe it's September, I don't know. But he's a star, and I love him, his backstory on this. And he's working with this boxer who works at a pizza shop, and he's training him, and they're learning because he's a boxer. And I like that they took in kung fu, boxing, and karate in this movie, and it really made, like, this film elevate a new version of the Karate Kid franchise. And I'm a massive fan of Cobra Kai, if you didn't know, by the way. I've taken martial arts, Taekwondo, almost second degree black belt. Go watch all my reviews on Cobra Kai. It's splendid. It's one of my favorite shows. And this movie isn't, you don't need to watch any of the other Karate Kid movies. You can to understand it. Like, this movie opens with a flashback with young Daniel and Mr. Miyagi, and it's really emotional. And I was like, oh, I haven't heard anything about this, even though people are talking crap about this movie, and I haven't heard about this. Cool. So, I don't know. There's just many things, and I love the fight choreography in here, and I love the relationship with Ben Wang and playing Li and his girlfriend in this film, the new love interest Mia. It's like phenomenal. Like, I enjoyed the Jackie Chan, whatever his name, Will Smith's son, 2010 Karate Kid. Like, I enjoyed that. Like, I had trepidation going into that movie. Like, okay, I don't want to watch this. It just looks like a ripoff of the original. And then people were like, and then this one was coming out with the merge of Daniel and Jackie Chan. I was like, cool. Like, Mr. Han's character, I didn't know, so I needed to watch that movie. You don't need to watch the movie for this one, but me watching it made a lot. I got more understanding of the lore of this film, and I love that they brought back, they tied in the Han family legacy and the not LaRusso, but the Miyagi. I didn't mean LaRusso. I meant Miyagi history, and formed it into one with Daniel LaRusso coming into the mix. So I like that quite a bit. That being said, however, I, although I enjoy the film, I do think it's a fine movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. However, I do agree with the fact that, like, watching it, it's fine. And another thing, a couple other things I'll give positively. The soundtrack by, oh my god, Dominic Lewis. I almost had a brain fart there, but I didn't. I remembered it. From who did The Fall Guy and a couple other films that I like. I forget what he did specifically, but he did that. Love The Fall Guy, by the way. Soundtrack's great. That movie's great. And the transitions in this movie, like, it's moving, like, from location to location. It feels like they took their not source material, their source material seriously, but also not just the source material, the pacing seriously. It didn't feel like an Eternal situation where this is a 2.5 hour movie and we have to make the flashbacks like and you're like not focused, because that's one of my problems with Eternals. When I was watching this review, like, yeah, the flashbacks are all over the place. Like, we're like jumping and cutting. But you know, like Star Wars, how they have like Star Wars transitions like this, or like effects. That's what they do in this movie, and I love it because it's like, here's like a pan, and like here's like the cityscape, and like here's this, and they also have like Scott Pilgrim-esque little animations on screen to like for like the other language and stuff, and then like here's like the final match showdown animation. I like that type of stuff. Like you don't need to have it in every live action movie, but for this type of a movie, it really fit in it. I really like the vibe of it. So that was another thing I appreciated with that type of style. But I do agree with everyone. It's not like, boo, this movie sucks type of a thing. But I do agree that Daniel LaRusso, like the three Bond, the three main characters coming together was like in the last 30 minutes. And I didn't quite get that. I feel like if they were going to do anything, like I said, the pacing is fine. I think this is an enjoyable, rewatchable film for my taste. But if I was going to do this, if I was going to change it up, I'd do like the first 30 minutes, like make it a nice little bow, like say the nice 30-minute, like the first minute is that flashback of Daniel, Mr. Miyagi, and then you take it and you make the backstory of Li, Ben Wang's character, and then do like a little, I don't know, it flowed fine, but I was just like, you know, like the romance, and then the boxing tournament, or better yet, you don't need that boxing tournament. You could have just said, I like to box, right? And you could have had the boxer like training him for like 5 minutes, and then had the little romance romance go on, growth there, and then the training with Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi, he's dead, so he's not going to show up here. What am I talking about? Daniel LaRusso, Sensei LaRusso, Jackie Chan, and Benoit Lee all training for like the last hour, right? That would have worked for me. But I don't know. I think the reason why I'm not super massively disappointed, and why I think it works well enough, is because the last 30 minutes when they do meet up, it feels at a brisk pace. Like, this is a pretty sped up, well-paced Karate Kid movie. Like, the original is a little slow, but it's classic. And then 2 takes place in Okinawa, and then 3 is all about Terry Silver. You know how that happened. And Cobra Kai brought back, whoa, and then he's defeated. And then, oh my gosh, Cobra Kai has a wipeout, big moments, oh my gosh. But this feels like it's a brisk pace, it's nicely set up, and then by the third act, if you will, I don't know what to call it, there's lots of scenes in this movie, so you finish with this chunk of time that's like, here's this, we're going back and forth between the tournament. Like I said, it's not back and forth like Eternals, it's like back and forth between, here's this knockout round, or here's this round, and we're going back to training with the 3 of them, so it feels very perfect, in and out. Like, you're not confused as to what's happening, it's making sense to you, and then we get to the final fight between the main bully of this film, kind of representing Cobra Kai, if you will, but it's not called Cobra Kai. And then between Li Jong, and who his nickname is Stuffed Crust, so I thought that was funny. That was meant, he goes to the pizza shop and like, do you have any stuffed crust? So that's funny. And like I said, I love the romance, and by the final fight of this movie, the final showdown, the mom's like, I'll support you. I support you, and I'm going to go there. It's missing me, so I'm going to go support you at this tournament. And I'm like, thank God. That's where the turnaround happened for me. And the girlfriend was there, and his Ben Wong's Lee's character tutor was there. So they were there, and the dad at the pizza shop was there. So I'm like, that's cool. The dad of the girlfriend was there. So I liked all that. And he won. No surprise there. But I ended up liking this film. He used his because his brother died. Ben Wong's character Lee, and he had to do this crane kick that his brother was teaching him. Or not a crane kick, his like butterfly kick. Like, whoa, butterfly. So he did it and succeeded and took down Connor, the bully, and succeeded. And I don't know. I just was happy with this movie. Put a smile on my face. And there's a couple post-credit scenes you got to stick around for. Well, sorry, one. It's one with like two different settings here. So we're back in the pizza shop, and you see Jackie Chan like do this to the dad, pizza guy. Call him pizza guy, pizza papa. No, not really pizza papa. That's from Multiverse of Madness. But then we see him. He's like, "Where is this pizza from?" And they go back to the valley. By the way, every time, two times they go to the valley in Encino, it's they're playing California Love. Great song. It's catchy. I like it. But like, why a rap song in the middle of I don't know. I mean, I guess they had like rock songs in Cobra Kai, but I was like, the vibe of the movie Karate Kid, like the original Karate Kid wasn't playing California Love. I don't know when that song came out, but I don't think it was around back when the original Karate Kid came out. So were they playing rap songs in the original Karate Kid? No. Maybe they could have played, I don't know, You're the Best? No, I don't know. But hey, listen, the end credit scene was great, and they go and meet, and Johnny Lawrence is there. So great little gag with him at the end. Love that. So it's, hey, got a nice treat for you at the end of the film. So that's all. That's pretty nice. So with that said, guys, this is I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna say 7. I was very happy at the end of this movie. I was like watching this going, is this a 6 out of 10? But just thinking about it after I've eaten my dinner, this is a 7 out of 10. Why not? It's not the best film of the year. You know, it's not the best film. And it's not going to make it into my top 10 of the year, even though I do love this franchise, and you know, I love the Cobra Kai franchise. Like I wish that Cobra Kai was realistically the end. It just felt so satisfying in this movie. This movie I enjoyed. It just didn't do much for me on like a level, you know. But that said, I got more out of it watching the Mission Impossible. I really did. Because I like martial arts and I thought the romance was cute. Like, it just, watching this film felt more easier to digest than Mission Impossible. I feel like I wanted to be more full watching Mission Impossible, and it was so long that I was like, it felt like, have you ever eaten a meal before and you get sick from it? I felt like I was sick after Mission Impossible. I felt like, whoa, that was way too much, and I needed more, and I'm like, ugh, like I didn't eat the right food. Ugh. But it's a weird analogy. But then watching Karate Kid, the new one, I was like, all right, I'm satisfied. I got what I wanted. I ate an enjoyable meal. So that's how I felt about it. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Do you not care? I think it's a 7 out of 10. A lot of people give it, I heard Christian Arloff say it was a 2.5 out of 5. Like, whoo boy. So, not quite that harsh and aggressive about it. I am excited for what else is coming out. Next week I'm seeing Ballerina, so stay tuned for that one. And I am also watching, depending on this day this is coming out, I got Predator, Killer of Killers, we got Phineas and Ferb, half of the new season. Very excited for this new stuff, so be sure to stay subscribed, up to date on what I got coming out. Lots of fun stuff to look forward to this summer. I've been singing the praises of this summer season. So don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me, and as always, guys, don't forget to keep calm, watch the screen. Peace out, everyone.